Okay, hello again. This is the next video. Actually, the third one today. I had the first one with the 20 questions with the grandkids, and then my one about Chat GPT and scripture study, and then this one is about. I'm gonna have to be very careful on this one because this one could potentially get pulled if I say the wrong thing, and it scares me, but that's the world we live in. Ivermectin. I recently, there's a doctor from England who makes great videos called, what's his name? Dr. John Campbell, I think it is. And it's one of his recent videos. I highly suggest you watch it. But anyways, I have some people close to me that have some serious cancer and pretty much getting ready to die from that cancer, but there's hope on the horizon with this ivermectin and its effectiveness on cancer. And back during COVID, I had some experience with this, trying to get this drug, and I'm telling you, the powers that be don't want you to have it. It's a cheap and effective drug on various things, and it's been found to be used off-label and effectively for many things. But this is where we're at in this country. You can get a drug that will kill yourself if you want a suicide drug. If you're in final stages of life and in pain and you want to commit suicide, they'll gladly give you that. But this, what they call is, there's no clinical trials, blah blah blah. We're not going to let anyone try that. So I had to do a little research on Chat GPT to help me find out what the situation is. Because Dr. John Campbell, at the time of his making the video, which is probably just a couple days ago, he thought that ivermectin could be bought over the counter in Tennessee. And according to Chat GPT, this is not true. Everywhere in the country you need a prescription, and you're going to be hard pressed to find a doctor that will prescribe it for you for anything other than what it is been indicated for parasites, I think malaria and different things. But there's some great news on the horizon, but because there's nothing official, the powers that be don't want you to try this cheap and effective drug that was going to potentially bankrupt the the cancer boondoggle. I don't know. I'm so anyway, so that was when I keep hearing on occasion hearing rumors that Elon is going to buy YouTube, but I think this is just clickbait. Nothing on ChatGPT gives me that indication, so I think that's just clickbait. But I could only wish so we could say again what we want and not speak in code. So anyways, so I said, I asked ChatGPT, well, what about this, Trump's old, when he was in office, brought about this right to try law, and apparently according to ChatGPT, unless the drug has been in trials and approved for this, that, and the other thing, that you can't use it. But I asked, what do you expect me to do? And it said you might be able to get in to a trial. So please talk to your doctor, cancer doctor or hospice doctor, and see if you can get yourself to be able to participate in what they call a cohort of people trying out this drug. And on Dr. John Campbell's video, he shows a clip from I think it's an oncologist in the United States who was talking about this cancer patient who was written off by, final stages of cancer. Well, you're going to die. There's nothing more we can do. Written off by their doctors. But this, I can't remember the details of how he got the drug, but started taking this drug, and she talks about his miraculous recovery. After a couple of weeks, he started showing some. He wasn't sure, but he said, "I feel a little bit better." And then a couple more weeks, and it was feeling a lot better. And then I can't remember how many months or how many weeks he was completely cured of his cancer. And his name happened to be the name of the person close to me that is getting prepared to die from cancer. And I sent this to him, and I hope he can figure out how to get that drug. But early on during COVID, when COVID was going through my family, and particularly my oldest daughter and the son-in-law were having a struggle with it. I had got paid for an online prescription from a doctor, being advised by, I think it was the Frontlines Doctors or something. It's a website about how to do this, and I was able to get a small amount. We burned through that, so it was like maybe 30 pills or maybe 60, which is, you've got to take 3 or 4 a day or something like that. So you quickly go through it. So I had some, and I let my daughter and son-in-law try that, and they quickly blew through that. And I scrambled and tried to get some more. I think I got one more subscription, and then it's like the pharmacies, doctors, everyone was clamping up. The government put the fear of God in everyone, and the pharmacy started asking the question, hand them a prescription for Ivermectin, and they say, "What's this for? What's this for?" Have you ever had a doctor or a pharmacy ask you what this is for? They were under strict, I guess the government put the fear of God in them, and they're asking questions like that. It's like, what's this for? It's not for COVID or anything. I didn't ask that, but that was like this, giving you the side eye kind of. And I was so spooked out, I tell you. Because when my son and I think daughter went to Instacare with bad symptoms, you know what go home, take the Tylenol, go home, get some sleep. This was their prescription. And if you get a little hurt and can't breathe, go to the emergency room and we'll put you on a ventilator, which is a death sentence for people with COVID, or has proven to be. Anyway, so anyways, I'm probably gonna get this video pulled, but anyways, go look at that video from John Campbell, Dr. John Campbell. He's a great old British gentleman. He's just so calm and careful, and anyways, I think you'll like him. And please look that up. But oh, and then I would say during this time, during COVID, or close in the middle of COVID, I think is when we went to Japan last time. And I thought, since the drug is made in Japan, it was invented by a Japanese scientist, and the drug companies in Japan, I thought, well, maybe I can get some in Japan. So I went into a pharmacy and I said, am I able to buy Ivermectin? And I was like, maybe it was in my hand, but I felt like there was everyone was afraid to talk. But the answer was no, I couldn't buy it. And according to ChatGPT, you still cannot buy it in Japan without a prescription. And the only thing they'll give it to you for is if you have, one of these thing that it is indicated for, a parasite condition. Anyways, through my wife, I've heard that there is a way to get it in Japan, and I have a son-in-law coming back from Japan soon who I don't know, burden him with looking for this, but I'm curious to see if we can get our hands on some. So it's so, and yet, if you want to kill yourself, oh man, let's give you that drug, right? It's a strange time we live in. Strange time. So anyway, if you have anyone dying with cancer, have them look at that video from Dr. John Campbell, and it'll maybe give them hope, and maybe you can get yourself into an early trial and implement Trump's right to try law, and try this with some success, because I'm telling you, it's a frightening world we live in. But the cavalry is coming. I'm so excited with Trump's election and his cabinet picks, and things are already starting to change just with the prospect of Trump being elected. But I'm so excited for the future of this country and the world. And thank you for listening. I'll leave it at that. Bye-bye.